Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are Arthur, Rizki, Adi from English class of 24, and we are here to present to you a topic which is ergonomic of stress.
Okay, next we will talk about what is ergonomics. So ergonomic is the study of people in their working environment. And then ergonomic is the application of psychological principles to the engineering and design of product, processes, and systems. The purpose of this ergonomic study is to eliminate discomfort and risk of injury due to work.
A study by Makbul in 2021 shows that all ergonomics workstation factors significantly correlates and highly affects work stress. Therefore, to delve more into it, we need to know what are the other factors of ergonomics. And we've here already identified four of it, which is management, equipment and facilities, task or work processes, and last but not least, environment.
Second one, management factor. What and how? Ergonomics management in industrial production includes interaction between humans, technology, organization, and work environment. That ergonomics problem in terms of adverse work environmental condition, inappropriate design of technology, and unsuitable organization are important causes of quality deficiency.
Equipment factor in ergonomics. The meaning of it is the process of designing products in a manner that they can be used by multiple people without discomfort. And this can be achieved by having all furniture to office equipment that is ergonomically standardized, or we can say it is a comfortable to use with. And for example, let's say a chair with soft pillows in it, or maybe a pen with a good grip on it.
The third factor is the work process factor. A work process needs to be ENASEP, which is effective, convenient, safe, healthy, efficient, and productive. We can achieve this by A, using appropriate technology, which is suited for the intent and purposes. Second, it's technically easy to work with. Therefore, it requires little to no training for the workers. And third but not least is environmentally friendly, meaning that it will be less likely to release poisonous substances to the workspace, therefore increasing workspace safety.
And lastly, environmental factor in ergonomics, meaning every factor that affects our workspace environment. Okay, such things as lighting, noises, and also temperature. So we can achieve this by one, a place with sufficient lighting. For example, let's say we apply a lot of lights on our ceiling so that we can see more clearly and affecting our work done. And secondly, a place with minimal disturbance noises. And lastly, a place with sufficient temperature. So for example, let's say we adjust our workspace temperature so that it is not too cold and yet that is not too hot. So everyone in the workspace can enjoy the temperature. There are actually a lot of implementations in ergonomics. For example, in environment, we can make class with thick walls so that we can focus more on our job without getting disturbed by other noises. Whereas in work process, we can achieve this by providing a better internet coverage and speed. So let's say we are working with an application that uses internet. And if we have internet that is very, very fast, we can work with our maximum capacity.
Okay, next implementation. One of the implementation of the equipment is a chair that enhance maximum comfort during sitting. And then one of the implementation of the management is better credible information channel.
In conclusion, our presentation has covered three main points, which is ergonomics significantly affects workplace, and also explain to you what is the definition of ergonomics. The third is the fields of ergonomics included four main factors, which is management, equipment, work processes, and environment. And we already explained it too. And last but not least, we already showed that there are several things that can still be improved, especially in learning environment ergonomics. That is all from us. And if there's any question, I invite you to ask those questions through our chats.
Oh, Adi, I think there is a question here from Emilia. Let me first read it first here. Excluding
Sure.
the three factors that affects environment ergonomics that you have mentioned in your presentation, are there any other factors that also affects environment ergonomics? Okay, a good question. Yes, there is actually another factor that we haven't mentioned. Wait, two more factors that we haven't mentioned. One is sufficient space, meaning a worker needs enough space for them to work with, so they can be less stressed and they can more focus on their job. And secondly, there is also another, it is psychosocial risk, meaning a worker or how each worker interacts with each worker. And you may be asking, why didn't we put those two factors in the presentation? Well, the answer is actually quite simple. One, the three factors that we have mentioned in the presentation are actually a more commonly known and a bit more problematic than the two that I just mentioned. So we only put three of them in the presentation so that you guys can focus more, and we chose to summarize it so you can understand it more clearly. Thank you.
Thank you, Arthur, and I hope for Diayu, for Emilia, it answers the questions quite perfectly. And if there will be any more questions, you can freely ask them. Okay, there seems like to be another question, and it's from Diayu reading, which is asking about, does the COVID-19 pandemic adds another dimension in designing ergonomics? That's a very good question because it's very relevant to the current topics, and the topic of ergonomics is very important in most places, and especially in a pandemic situation. In designing ergonomics, there are a lot of factors to account for, to be considered, and the situation of the general environment needs to be considered, right? Because with the rise of the COVID-19 pandemics, you need to have a different style, a different way to in the past may not work in the present. That's why there will be a new dimension, I guess, and a new style is needed to actually make a safe learning environment, which is comfortable for the student during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I hope that answers your question, Diayu. And for the next question, please, if there is any.
Okay, the next question. Does workspace ergonomic also affect other mental factor? Okay, I will answer the question from Muhammad Shamsuddin. The work environment is a component part very important in humans. The work environment is a component part very important in humans perform work activities. We pay attention to a good work environment to or create working conditions that are capable of provide human motivation to work, then it can have an effect on individual work spirit. Understanding that the environment work is everything around workers who can influence him in carrying out assigned tasks. Thank you for the question, Hafiz.
Thank you, Rizki, for answering the question. And I hope for Muhammad Samsudin, it thoroughly answers the question for you. And if there's no longer any question, we give our thanks to our big thanks for those who already asked the questions, and extra thanks for those who already hear us until the end. Therefore, that is all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.